Yeah, so I already recorded this. I messed up my resolution, but it's okay. Let's get into it. So do the simulacrum, and then in the background, or while I do the simulacrum, I'm gonna be doing the dog. So I want to show you guys dot dog. So basically, I have this thing called cannibalism support, and I don't have enough recovery in the life version after we switch to the life. We only have the 200 regen. We have no life leech. We have no like life recovery on kill. So this is it. You can get life recovered on kill, but the kills of the minions don't work for us. Like the frost mages don't count. To make a minion kill count for us, we use dots, so poison, bleed, getting the physical hit to have some portion of fire so that the fire can ignite on hit. The reason to get the one on hit is that it has a duration then, where the AoE ignite from the Hound, the Infernal Legion, is only within the radius, 1.9 meters. And so as soon as he gets out of range, they are no longer ignited. So having it where he can ignite, poison, or bleed makes it so the enemy's dotted, which will help for the getting the kill. Then I have more AoE for the ignite, and then Wildfire. So this helps our recovery a lot, because then anything the dog is dotting counts as our kill, and then we recover a ton more, where you wouldn't basically be recovering any from this if you don't have the dog with the dots. And yeah, this support's huge. We have the 1% regen, the vitality, I mean the clarity, and then the herbalism. And then yeah, we just let the dog do its thing. Poison, bleed, everything. And like it's not it's basically adds up to 100%, but it's not actually 100% because each one's independent. So you can just get unlucky on all of it, and then you basically only get the ignite from him being nearby them. And then you'll see later when we do the bosses, and the boss bar shows up at the top, and then if he poisons them, their whole health bar turns green, which is pretty cool. The only thing about poison is it doesn't stack in PoE 2. And it's only 2 seconds, so it's a pretty short duration, where the bleeding's 5. Ignite's 4. But then, yeah, poison's only 2, and I don't think you can extend the poison duration. You can get it to stack 2 instead of 1. You can increase the stacks by 1. But I'm pretty sure it comes with a downside, so I'll check though. Pretty sure it's less duration of the poison for an extra stack. And it's unfortunate I already recorded this, but then I messed up, like I said. So magnitude, breaking armor. Less poison duration, but you can get an extra poison. Yeah. So it lasts like 1.4 instead of 2. That's crazy. That's so short. On the side, I want to mention something else. So that was the first thing. Just the dog ignite hound with the poison bleed is really sick for recovery. The second thing is I changed the tree back to what we had, so it won't look that much different for you, but I took back the mind over matter and this, and if you hadn't seen this jewel against the darkness, check the last video for the spirit. And then yeah, I changed the tree, and I did this T, so instead of taking only the jewel sockets on the outside for 5 points each, you can just do a T, and it's 3, 3, 3, so 9 points for 2 jewel sockets plus the attributes. Really sick. I like this a lot. And then I could do it over here too, so path over and then go up 3 and across 3 on each side, and then you get 2 jewel sockets for 9 points, so they're 4.5 per point, where they actually yeah, 5 points going along the edges, so coming into the middle is actually sick. I was thinking about it on the last vid, and then I actually tried taking out the mind over matter and all this, and yeah, I like it better. Like I technically had more damage on paper, with the change I made. I had got our stuff up to like 116k per, but the problem is that half the minions could die. Maybe even worse, that's just like a little bit of testing, and I was dying without the mind over matter, because like just having health is kind of poopy. Having the extra buffer and shield of the mana is pretty nice. You know, we're chilling in Simulacrum. It's up until like wave 11 we're AFK. And then even at wave 11, I pretty much can just sit there and chill and only cast I have winner. I really like the dot dog though. And like I said, I already made the video, so I talked a lot more in the first one, but it is what it is. Can't go back now. Like I could use it, but you couldn't see much. You could just see the top left corner of the screen. It was like hella zoomed in. It's like, oh my god, no. What did I do? I go to rewatch it. Oh my god, what is this? I messed up. It's pretty funny though. Because like I say, it's just it took me a lot longer to say the same things, but I then get through them a lot quicker, and it's easier to follow when I remade the vid. It's okay. I technically could have re-recorded like gameplay, but then copied the voice from the first one, but like it wouldn't match up to what I'm showing, so whatever. Redoing it is fine. See, poison, bleed, ignite. I got all of them. You don't need them all, just one works to get the kill, but yeah, then we get the life recovered on kill. I like the damage isn't that bad, but it's also not, he wasn't really all of our damage anyways, because if we did an attack dog, he was doing like 100k, and my dudes are doing like millions total, because there's 28 of them. Like if there was a bunch of dogs, the 100k is pretty good, but when it's just one, it's like, yeah, it's not great, and I don't even think the ignite's doing that much damage either, because we're not really HP stacking on the minions. He only has 22k. Okay, so it's 20% of that as base, and then it doesn't get scaled up by like crit and attack and cast speed. It's just minion damage, I think. So it can't be that insane, I think. Where yeah, I'm mostly using it for the dots to get the kills instead of worrying about the damage, so then yeah, I could get the extra recovery, which I figured because we don't have life leech, this is like the closest thing to life leech. This thing's crazy though. You put this orb and it just chain, knock back, while giving you recovery. So sick. Get the boss spawn. He actually bonked me. Having mana, by the way, is pretty sick, because I'm pretty sure sometimes when these dudes hit me, they're supposed to bleed me, but because I had the mana, I didn't get blood. I don't know. Where when I was running life, I was getting blood way more. Like without the mind over matter. So having a portion of mana blocking and the like it actually helps a lot, rather than it just being life. The bleed was almost as bad as the ignite, but with the mind over matter, I'm barely getting blood. So then the ignite is purely the only problem, and don't have to worry about the bleed as much. It's actually insane. This is where I was even thinking, after going back to mind over matter, that since the mana is better, even better than I thought, while still like being bad because of the mana siphoner, but still being useful in the life setup. And still being good, it made me think about taking the ascendancy and you sack another quarter of your mana to get mana. It's like, nah. Or like if I didn't scale all the life and I did some mana scaling, it's like, nah, I like the life scaling. But the mana that I do have, it's nice to make use of it and not just waste it for only casting spells. So because I otherwise have too much recovery without the mind over matter, and I need the defense. So, and then how it helps for the bleed is huge, which is kind of surprising that my dog can bleed so easily, But you would think it wouldn't work on enemies with energy shield and stuff. But it seems to still bleed no problem. There was also another thought, it's running more AoE again to get the AoE on the dog to be bigger so that the ignite would ignite more enemies so that you heal more through the life recovered, but like, I don't know. Quite a few points just for some AoE, just to recover more, you know? Like, technically it would also scale the explode on the frost mages, but what about the projectile? So yeah, I just sit here. I have the Orb of Storms, and I just cast. They're gonna spawn when you stand with the executioner table. I stand with my back to the wall. The reason is multifold. When you stand against the wall, then nothing can get you from this side, only from this side. So you've pretty much like cut off half of the enemies. Also, being at the edge of the screen, half of the thing isn't spawning monsters, so it's like less laggy technically, like it performs better. Having all the monsters over here, then my shit works better with the forking and the AoE and the Eye of Winter. I mean the wild shards, because of the circle spawning on them. You kind of want them on, like the best spot is pretty much the center of your minions, because of all the overlap of the wild shards. And then the other thing, when you stand over here, yeah, the bosses are either going to spawn here, or like it can have this rotated where this is down here and then the bosses spawn to just basically straight from the executioner table, and they're also going to be layered, so they spawn omniphobia and then Narcosis, and you're more worried about omniphobia, so from where you are you're able to debuff the omniphobia. And so pretty much all I do is I drop this and then I spam Eye of Winter. You don't have to like, because I de-leveled my Eye of Winter, it costs less mana, so I am able to spam it without it ruining my mana, just my mana regen. And then when the boss spawns, I'm going to debuff him. And you can see I can debuff Omniphobia from here, but I'm barely reaching Narcosis. If I got some projectile speed, I could reach farther with the Eye of Winter, I've noticed. Less proj speed, it goes less distance. But yeah, that's my trick for pretty much chilling in Simu. It's close to AFK. It's close. And then with this, with the Valing, I figured out that it does divine first, so technically having a 4 here doesn't help. But you could technically have got an extra socket or an enchant that was actually good. But yeah, to get the multiplier, it randomizes the roll, so it divines it first and then vals it. So it's pretty rare to actually hit it. And you could just val a level 2 instead of a 4, and it'll work. But yeah. Sucks that I had to re-record it, but it's okay. Went well. And then yeah, where I was actually showing, I walked up to this dude and tried to show my damage, and then it was funny that they seem to have updated it so that the gems and the levels just count, so that you don't have to update the tooltip now. Because seemingly when you replace stuff, it shows the same. Yeah, like it doesn't update no matter what you do. And then it's also showing that because yeah, I took out a bit of damage to put back in the minion defense and the AoE and all this stuff. And the mind over matter, the different pathing. Like I had gone all the way down here, had like 3 extra jewel sockets. It was crazy. Got this up to 116k, but like I say, I kind of need the minion defense, and I kind of need I kind of like the AoE a little bit, and the damage from here is not bad because the 9 attack speed and the 30 damage. Like, to get 9 attack speed, you have to have over 2 joules of 4%. So it's quite a bit of attack and cast speed, but I technically had this number up to 1.71, and now it's 1.7, yeah. So I had a little bit more with my other setup. But it's because you save so many points from this, but then, like I say, the minion defenses are pretty big, and the AoE. Yeah, I've been really liking this hound for basically getting cannibalism, because our recovery is so poopy. And then yeah, I've just been spamming Simulacrum. As you see, it's really chill. Could pretty much make an AFK vid, but haven't done it yet. And It's because I'm still like working it out. We got it a lot smoother where I can just chill like that. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get it even better. But either way, thanks for watching my dot dog. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys are enjoying the life setup. Hope you're enjoying the recovery. Hope you enjoyed the minions. And small thing, small final. If you made it this part in the vid, and you're wondering how I run all these, put clarity in. It's gonna reserve the spirit, but as soon as you put a second one, it's probably gonna break it, and then it won't reserve any spirit, and you can run all of them. So enjoy the life setup. I hope that helps. And yeah, let me take this opportunity to thank my Patreon and YouTube members who financially support the channel. Thank you guys so much for the support. Rico, Joe, David, Hannes, Cynic, Salad, Austin, Alex, Johan, and Hate. Thanks so much for the support, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.